Okay, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of doing some editing in the article editor. So I have a new article open here, so it's all blank. And I'm going to this is Berkeley information, but I'm just going to copy it in here for showing purposes. The one thing about copy and pasting from Word, I always suggest maybe don't do that. Because Word has a bunch of encodings that can cause issues when you're trying to format something. So what I do, if I do copy and paste from Word, is I paste it in here, but then I highlight it all and I press this little clear formatting button. Because really quickly, I'm just going to show you in the code view. If you see all this span, font style, this is from Word and this is not utilized on the actual website. So it's just basically creates extra stuff for search engines and things to read, and it can make your page appear like it has more behind the scenes text than it really needs. And on the flip side, it can mess up when you're trying to actually do something with HTML. They can kind of clash together. So what we do is we highlight everything, and we press this little clear formatting button here, and so you'll see it'll take everything out, and then you just put the formatting back. And usually what I do is I just don't put the formatting in when I am doing it in Word, so that I don't have to put it in Word, take it out, and then put it back. I just type everything out in there. The other thing you can do is just copy and paste it into Notepad. That does the same thing. And then if you want to insert an image, you just press here, insert image, and it'll bring up our little image editor. And I'm just going to say select this one. And I'm going to insert into the content. Okay, so then this looks kind of messy. And how we edit images is you click on the image and it will bring up this little image editor button here. You can also click and drag on it to resize it. Or if you need to, you can change the size this way, and you can insert the actual width and height that you will need. I don't know that you'll use that because it's kind of hard to judge what size you'll need. Sometimes I use it because I'm pretty familiar with what sizing we can use for each one. So you can delete it, you can align it, you can do all of these things. So the display, you can either display it inline, which means the text will wrap around it once you tell it to go to the left or the right, or you can tell it to break the text, which means it will never appear on the same line as the text. The text will appear above and below it. Most of the time we like to do it inline. And then if I want the rest of this text to wrap around it, I'll either align it to the left or I can align it to the right. And then the text will wrap around it appropriately. You can also create a link to it. So if you have a logo in here or something, you want to link to that partner's page or somewhere within the site, you can link there also. And then we'll save it and we can view just to make sure how it's looking, and everything is looking good. So that is briefly how to edit it. If you have any other questions, just let me know. And I should add that yes, you can create a photo gallery for your blogs. So you'll just go in and select whichever images you want, and then you'll just have to make sure that they're big enough to crop them. The crop size is 900 by 600, so many of these that are here are a little bit too small, but for the purposes of this, I'll show you. Then you just scroll down till it's green, 900 by 600, and then we make a crop, and see this one's a little small, so it had to stretch it out, but so long as you have images that are large enough, it'll be a-okay. And then you'll press select photo, and that will pop up. I realize the display on this is a little bit messed up, so Dusty's fixing that right now. So it should be ready to go. And then the last two things you might want to do are select an individual header image for it, so that this does not default to the homepage banner, which is what happens if you don't specify a header, and then a featured image also, so that you have one for it to display in this list here. This is the featured image, so you'll want to make sure that you have that sized properly. Okay, let me know if you have any other questions.